Good day, everyone. This is Tim, and this is a gorgeous day in Southern California. And look, Tim's famous burger. We'll definitely need to give that a try, and really enjoying the LA area. And again, not in the LA area, and I am so impressed with the San Gabriel area where you can find really nice Asian Chinese food and great value. And the other day, I was here and I got to meet a new friend, Amy, who actually gave me a $5 voucher for a fantastic hot pot. It's called the Happy All-You-Can-Eat Hot Pot. And throughout the time in San Gabriel, I've got the chance to eat some fantastic hot pot with Dan at Mikia, with all the wonderful cuts, and a fantastic all-you-can-eat dim sum spot at Bistro 1968. Really great folks there, and I'm kind of excited here because at Happy All-You-Can-Eat Hot Pot, it is the best of three worlds, because not only do you have unlimited, I can't even speak, it's hot today, but you get unlimited hot pot and an unlimited buffet section and also unlimited dim sum. So 3 in 1, and I think it's like 100 degrees here. We are just approaching and I can't wait to get out of this heat. I hope you're hungry. Come on, let's have a great buffet. Oh, that is exactly what I need. Oh, much needed. And let's grab a table. Oh, hi, Wendy. Oh, it's a hot day and so glad you have the water outside. A little bit hungry and I hear you have dim sum and hot pot. Can I get a table?
Okay, have this thing.
Thank you so much. Oh, that's great. So this is such a wonderful table here because right over there is where all the hot pot items are and the buffet. So this is kind of nice. This is a 3 in 1. Not only do you get the hot pot and then you also get the buffet, you also get dim sum as well. So I believe the price for hot pot is about, and I'm just looking right over there, is anywhere from $20 to $30. And Wendy was saying that for an extra $5, you get the dim sum, which is already here. How are you? So this is really cool. Can I order some dim? Can I grab some?
Pick for you.
Okay, well, can I get the, how about the siu mai?
Okay, portion back.
And then the, how about the sticky rice?
Yes, right.
All right. And oh my good, look at this. What is this?
This
The black
is
one.
buns. Exotic egg inside.
Can I try one?
Good.
All right. Oh, thank you. So we just kind of sat down for like half a minute and already the table is getting full. And if you want them to return, I see that they have a button and unfortunately I can't read Chinese. So I think we might be using the bell a bit, but we'll try not to disturb them too much. But the reason I went for the dim sum, it's $5 extra. But luckily, Amy, whom I met the other day, was kind enough to give me a $5 off coupon. So really, dim sum's on her. So thank you so much, Amy. And actually, before I start on the dim sum, I'm gonna go for a drink, and it's all you can drink as well. And it's self-serve. Let's go. So around the corner and those, oh my goodness, the buffet is getting quite busy. And that is where you get all the drinks. Let's see, a little bit of winter melon tea. And right behind me are the sodas. And let's grab a cup. So many items to choose from. And I need to come back because that row of buffet goodness is looking so inviting. And behind me is the hot pot station. This is gonna be a lot of food, a little bit of winter melon tea to get things started. All right, so I think they are known for their melon tea. We'll give it a try. Oh, that is nice and refreshing. A little hint of sweetness. And in the Chinese term, it is very cooling as well. Exactly what you need for hot pot. And dim sum and buffet. And I think this is gonna be a bit of a challenge because you know, the hot pot is good enough on its own, and so is the buffet, and then with the dim sum, it might be a bit much. So we'll start off with the shell mai. Okay. Oop, knocked you around there. You know, this is a very decent xiao mai. A lot of the times at a buffet, like in Vegas, they tend to be mass produced. These, I can tell, are hand chopped with a bit of shiitake mushroom, really juicy and really fatty, but fatty in a good way. Mm. And I think I gotta try that sticky rice, and this might be a mistake because this is gonna fill you up. Well, let's unwrap this. All right, this has cooled down a bit, but that's pretty much user error, my fault. And that is a nice size. I think this is a nice 4-biter. Oh, nice and sticky. Oh, very good. Got a little bit cold because I waited for a bit, but nice and glutinous and sticky. That tacky, meaty goodness. Oh, really nice. But before it gets too cold, we'll go for the deep, dark, golden bun. A little bit sticky, but already I can feel it is nice and soft and cloudy-like. This you can't eat, but this you can. And I think we can, oh my goodness. This is messy in a very good way. And this should come with a warning, but this is, I'm glad this is cooled down a bit. Otherwise this would be molten lava. Oh. Oh. All right, when you're here, make sure you get the black golden bun. Not only is it nice and soft, but the filling is a little bit savory because it is salted duck egg yolk, but sweet as well. And always nice to wait a little bit because it can get dangerous. So, the finger looking good. So, I think what I'm gonna do, I'll finish off the dim sum, and there's also the buffet aisle there and the hot pot, and I'll take it back for one after the other and the buffet next. Oh, much needed. All right, so the dim sum is very good, and although I was tempted with the shrimp dumpling, I think I'm gonna hold off, and I've got one remaining bun left over, and I'll save that for dessert. And oh my goodness, is it hot pot time?
Hot pot, yes.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, I give you the half and half. Okay?
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, the best of both worlds, a little spicy, a little bit house special. House special?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Oh. Okay, okay. Well, thank you.
Yeah. One.
Uh-huh.
呢個係我嘅 secret sauce。
Oh, thank you so much.
好多時咧，西人嚟咧，佢哋唔識整 sauce 咧，我都會整我嘅 secret sauce 俾佢哋，佢哋都係會好中意。
Oh, this is your secret sauce.
Yes.
Oh, thank you, Wendy. All right.
You like it?
Oh, will do. Thank you. Okay, so Wendy has certainly outdone herself, but so typically the buffet and the hot pot is self-serve and you pick up everything you want. But Wendy was kind enough to offer full service with all the meats and dueling hot pot soups. I think this is a house broth. This is a spicy broth. And Wendy was kind enough earlier to get her secret sauce, and I can't wait to give it a try. And what she was mentioning is that when people come to hot pot for the first time, you really need to make the sauce. And if they don't know how to make it, she'll create her own concoction. This is Wendy's wonderful hot pot, spicy, refreshing sauce. So really kind of her, but a little bit too kind, because this is a lot of meat, and it's not only layers of meat, it is doubly stacked on some of them. I think this is lamb. So with the hot pot boiling, I think we need to start up on this. And as we were speaking, you might have noticed there's more and more items on the table. And Winnie keeps providing more and more. So I think we better get started with this wonderful brisket right in front of us. And I've seen people do that twirly thing where they kind of, that's only for TikTok, I think. Let's give it a try. And this is the house broth. And I think you only do this for 5 seconds so that it's nice and tender into Wendy's sauce. And it's good only to dip it in for 5 seconds. Any longer and it gets tough, and no matter what type of meat, they all taste the same. But let's give this a try. Very tender and very fatty, which makes it extra luscious. And that sauce, very refreshing, a bit of spice, a perfect balance. Very good. And we've got more meats here because over there is the aged ribeye. And this is a nice brisket with the lamb. And I think I was mistaken because while I thought this was a fatty brisket, this is actually a luscious US style Wagyu of ribeye. Very tasty, and I will hold off from the American Wagyu to the lamb for a little variety. A little bit of lamb. A good 5 seconds. There we go. And while we're at it, let's go for some aged ribeye into the spicy broth. A good 5 seconds or more. And we'll go for the leaner cut in the regular broth. And I think I lost one. Oh, there we go. Okay. And a little bit of sauce. 2 and 3. Let's go for the lamb first. The wonderful taste and gaminess of the lamb in a mild and good way, and also very tender. Well, let's go for the aged ribeye, and just as fatty as the Wagyu. And wonderfully tender with great flavors of meat, and of course a little bit of fattiness for that wonderful texture. And that, like the Wagyu, just melts in the mouth. And this is the regular cut of meat. I think this is a short rib. Let's give this a try. And I suspect this will be a little bit tougher. Just marginally tougher, still very tender, and an even nicer meaty flavor. Very, very nice. And if you notice, I've been glancing over yonder because I can see all the price listings there. And again, the hot pot buffet, 3 tiers. Every tier builds on the next, from the classic at $20 to the premium at $25. And the supreme at $30, and like an extra $5 for dinner. Oh, and I see Winnie coming again. Oh no! Oh, what is this? Oh wow! Is this all? I can eat it like this. Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. So as much as I love to keep the videos objective, sometimes when you walk in with a camera, there's no way to hide it. And again, typically I would be totally happy going to the buffet bar and grabbing all the meats and all the hot dishes, but it was really kind of Wendy to bring them here. And she also brought something that is not actually on the lunch menu. This is for the dinner, and it's very kind of her to have these made so that a dinner item can be enjoyed during lunch. So really grateful for that. So let's try the crispy and surprisingly straight prawns. Let's see. Not sure how to eat this. I think we can just bite into it. Lots of calcium. And give it a twist. All right. So I'm not sure about you, but this is kind of the best part. Mm. And let's go for the meat. I think because the shells are rather thin, we can just eat it as is. Again, very crispy, made even crispier with the shell. So you can peel that off, but the shrimp meat is nice and fresh, succulent and sweet. Very nice. So normally I go for the hot food at the buffet and then the hot pot, but it's fun to mix things around. And I have a lot of work to do, and I'll finish this up and I'll take you back for the hot food and buffet and hot pot round 2. Make sure you get the unlimited drink. Oh, very nice. And that was just the first round, actually, second round after the dim sum. That was a lot of food, a lot of meats and seafood from the mussels. And I think Wendy kept those as garnish, but I'm having a bit of trouble finishing up the shrimp. So I'm going to continue working on that. And I think right now I'm going to go for some of the hot food just to mix it up a bit on the buffet line. Come on, let's go. It is getting quite busy. It's about 11 o'clock, and I think we'll grab a plate. So a massive buffet line. And let's see, I think we're at the end because the iconic chocolate fountain. And while we wait for the buffet, let's see what's over here. We'll do a bit of reconnaissance, a little bit of desserts. Oh, and over there is a station for all your sauces. So thanks to Winnie, I don't need that. And the buffet has cleared up. So let's see what we have. So this is kind of like the salad section, a little bit of cucumbers, Asian style, some rice. But I can't resist the noodles, and neither can everyone else. But just enough, a little bit here, well balanced. Okay, and maybe a few refreshing cucumbers next to the noodles. A little bit of seaweed and peanuts, and some scrambled eggs. Ah, look at this, a bit of broccoli and chicken. Maybe just a bit for health, right here. Okay, so these are Chinese donuts, and when you see Chinese donuts, there must be congee, which is just running out. Some fried buns, and while I love to go for the fried buns, and they were delicious at Mikuya, I think I'm going to go for something other that's deep fried, the spring rolls, and maybe this is something good for dessert. These are the sesame, we call them the sesame grease balls, but very delicious. And I think I'm going to make a detour for a little bit of rice, and that is the biggest pot of rice I've seen. Just a little bit, because back here we've got the 2 dishes that actually needs the rice. This is the mapo tofu with a beautiful sauce on half the rice, because the other half we will go for the traditional tomato with eggs, scrambled eggs, and a tangy sauce on the second half. Kind of the yin and the yang, and some more traditional items. I think this is sweet sour pork, and because we have so much hot pot, I think we'll just go for a little bit, a small pineapple and a small pork or 2 right here. Oh, and this is a favorite, the fatty char siu roast pork, and a lot of people would ask for the pork lean. That is not my preferred cut. A little bit of fattiness is always good. All right, there we go. And something even more traditional, the traditional hash brown, but I think we'll skip that for not the shrimp crackers, but for some dumplings. We'll go for 1, and maybe a second. And a gentleman earlier was saying how good the chicken wings were, and it is the past tense because they are out, which is a testament to how good they are, and I think we better get back with plate number 1. All right, so finally we got the buffet hot food, and what is in front of me is a reminder of stuff I still have to finish. And again, it's mainly the shrimp because the veggies are really considered just for garnish. So first off, the spring roll looks pretty good. We'll give that a try. Mm. This is a veggie spring roll. Very nice, but I think a little bit of meat would make it better. But since we don't have the meat, we can use some of Winnie's secret sauce. Load it up. Mm. Very good. But now, I think we do need some of the meat in the form of cashew or the other meat, sweet and sour pork. Oh, not too bad. Still crispy at the buffet, and I suspect if it's fresh, it'll be even better because it'll be crispier, but still not bad. Mm. And gotta go for the noodles. Mm. No matter how full you are, there's just something comforting with the noodles. Kind of refreshing. And to mix it up, a little bit of calcio with a nice fatty layer, the perfect combination. Mm. Mm. Actually, the cha xiao on its own is all is needed, very delicious and flavorful. But I think I gotta go for one of their specialties. This is the rice with the mapo tofu. Carefully. It's got that wonderful oily spice, but oily and chili in the best possible way. And those little flecks, those are meat. And this is Szechuan peppercorn with a bit of numbness to it. A nice tingly dish, a bit of spice, very nice. Mm. So, a modest buffet line, and I can't wait to see if they have new items, the fried chicken. But again, for $20, $30 for lunch and a $5 off coupon, incredible deal. Really impressed here. So I'm gonna finish this plate off and we'll take it back for more of the hot pot and the desserts and maybe some of the chicken wings. Oh, I need the drink. Oh, nothing like a nice cold glass of Pepsi. Oh, a little bit of contradiction, but in a nice way. So the rounds of dim sum and hot pot and buffet are kind of catching up with me, and all those plates. The dumplings, they were okay, just a little bit dry, but to make up for it, that silky smooth egg and tomato on rice, very delicious. And to freshen things up, that cucumber, very delicious, and as simple as it is, very tasty. And also to freshen things up some more, the pineapple. So I am definitely getting full, and I think we'll call it for one more round, and we'll make that a hot pot round with some noodles. Come on, let's go for round number 4. Okay. Oh, so this is nice to see. Chicken wings are replenished. We'll definitely go for those, and I think we'll call this a light round, maybe some soupy goodness with some noodles. And let's see, oh, okay, this is a whole section on noodles alone, from the buckwheat to the veggie noodles. And I think these are the carb-free noodles, and they have more with the wonton noodles. And this is kind of one of the favorites, the rice noodle, nice and light. That might be too much. So we'll go for some of the items with the hot pot, and I finally figured out how it works. So for all the veggies and the seafood, you get it here, and for the meats, they bring it to you. So I've got some of the Wagyu meat coming, but let's get some of the other items. So these are the veggies. And as much as I love a raw egg to dip the meat into, I think I'll skip. This one, I'm really not sure what it is, but one way to find out, over here. And next to it, we have a little bit of puffed tofu to soak up the broth. This one here. And a second, see, and moving on, oh, some shiitake mushrooms for more flavor. Some carrots, daikon, winter melon, pumpkin, and taro. And those are just too healthy and filling. Thank you so much.
Okay.
So really great to see all the hardworking folks keeping everything stocked up. And as good as that looks, I think we'll skip. And then we'll also skip the corn and the yams. We've got the noodles, but this is bamboo shoots. Never seen them at a buffet before, or a hot pot. A little bit more here. All right, and down the line, these are more garnish for decoration, which we've got some at the table. So maybe we'll beeline it to the seafood. A little bit of crab, some squid, some clams, and shrimp. But there's still more shrimp back at the table. But I think we'll finish it off with a few fish fillet. Maybe just two. Over here. And if you're afraid of the raw touching the veggies, that's okay. They're gonna go into 100-degree water and nothing should survive there. And this is it for the hot pot round. All right, so this will be it. This is the fourth round and my final savory round. And it's nice and cool in here, but it is humid. And I think the humidity is making, with all the hot pots here, I think the humidity is making the shirt a little tight. I think that's my excuse. But I think we will continue with the hot pot with some noodles. This is actually a little too much into the broth here. And along with it, some fish, some tofu, the enoki mushrooms as a life raft, and the bamboo shoots. And finally, these curious little things. And as you can see, my favorite broth is their house broth. This is a bit spicy. And while that is cooking away, I managed to get a chicken wing. And let's give that a try. Okay. The gentleman was right. And the fact that the chicken wing platter emptied is a sign of how good the chicken wings are. Nice and crispy on the outside, but tender and juicy and succulent on the inside. Definitely something to try. Oh, delicious. And I think the noodles are done right about now. So time to fish it out. Okay, so you're gonna get, along with the noodles, things that you might have forgotten. Oh, a lot of noodles. We will go for the bamboo shoots, the fish, the mushrooms, and finally, these interesting flaps of, I'm not sure what to call it even. And number two, and next, a little bit of broth. All right. So this soupy goodness has all the flavors of the previous items over the top. And a little bit more. And while I am so full, I can't wait to give it a try. And I'll start off with these flat, wide noodles. So a little bit of sauce. Here we go. Oh. It's a slippery, glutinous, chewy texture. Really interesting. And a bit of an acquired taste, which I'm still acquiring. Interesting textures. It's not good or bad. It's just a very different texture that lasts and lasts, like Wrigley's. But for a different texture, some refreshing bamboo shoots. Mm. That's very nice. Nice and crunchy and stringy. And before we go for the noodles, I think we will go for the remainder of the meats. This is newly ordered and they bring this to your table 5 seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1 into the sauce and into the noodles. Mm. There's nothing like a nice bowl of soupy noodles to round off the meal. Mm. And I was kind of half joking with the veggies being a garnish because this, and I forgot what you call it, but it is a cross between parsley and cilantro and celery. Very refreshing, opens up the palate, and highly recommend it. Mm. A nice peppery taste to round off everything. So, still a lot to do with the noodles and the meats. So, for $20, $30 for lunch, depending on what level, it's a lot of food, very comforting and good quality too. So, great value. So, again, we'll finish this off and take it back for dessert. And I think I'm falling into a bit of a food coma. Cheers.
I don't want to find out percentage.
All right, so the final hot pot round is done, and oh, I think we have some desserts here, Haagen-Dazs, for a little bit extra, but you have an all-inclusive array of desserts here. Grab a plate. All right, and let's see. Ooh, some nice refreshing watermelon. Perfect for after hot pot. Some grapes and papaya. All right, and then let's see what else we have here down by the fountain. And again, at Chinese buffets, especially hot pots, it's really nice that they have dessert, and it is modest because not really known for too much desserts, but the cream puff is looking very enticing right here, and so is that little cake. And as enticing as the chocolate fountain looks, I think I'm gonna pass. And I wish they didn't put that Haagen-Dazs freezer right there because it is enticing, it is extra, but I'm just gonna set the plate down here because it is just too hard to pass up, especially on a hot day. Vanilla, chocolate, strawberry, I think we'll go with the vanilla. And that will do it for our dessert round. All right, so a somewhat modest dessert. And I still have the custard bun, so it does accumulate and add up, but a nice piece of watermelon to finish off the meal. And this is the end of the beginning, as Churchill says. Cheers. Very nice and sweet, but there's a lot of add-ons to this buffet. I think you can get abalone for another $4 or $5, and the ice cream for $2.50. And I didn't have to get it, but I figured with the cake and the custard bun over there, I thought a little bit of an ice cream cake and an ice cream sandwich would hit the spot. Oh. And this is super cold at the moment, which is okay because we can wait for it to cool down. In the meantime, we can have the cream puff, nice and light. Not too sweet, the sign of a good dessert. Nice and creamy and flaky as well. Very good and messy. And I think now we can try the ice cream. All right, still relatively cold. but at least we get a scoop.
Maybe one of the young coaches could do something different.
Very nice. Just gonna reach over for the bun. Give this a tear. And hopefully it has solidified a bit. Excellent. All right, and a little bit of ice cream. Okay. So this is an ice cream sandwich bun all together.
You want to try that? I don't want to try How much is it? I'll have
So a really interesting combination. Cold, creamy ice cream and a savory egg yolk custard in the middle and that wonderful soft bun.
press this thing right here in the corner.
So very interesting, and good or not, I'm still trying to decide. So very fun to experiment and explore. So this is Happy All-You-Can-Eat Hot Pot. And incredible deal. Great people here like Winnie, and incredible deal for $20-$30 for lunch. The best of both worlds with the hot pot and the buffet items. And actually, the best of three worlds, because for an extra $5, you get the dim sum, and I am getting full. So thank you so much for joining, and also thank you to Amy for the great suggestion and the $5 voucher. So really grateful for that. So until we see each other again, I hope you're keeping well, I hope you're eating well, and I hope you're traveling well. Take care of each other, and bye-bye for now.
You don't have to press the thing.